and she won't have my babies. That bitch is mistaken. She on me, she geeking, she show dedication. One night I leave for vacation. On the island, no true destination. Caught a body, that bitch met her maker. Homicide, I'm slide, she gon' take it. I got a big stick. I got a big dick. She wants some inches. I got a big.
Welcome back to another episode of Them Football Guys. It's your host, Oluwa Baba Yaga. You already know what it is. You already know I got Boogie with me. Boogie with the
I'm
the
here.
dark screen.
I'm here. Don't worry.
Probably got something on under there. Black Woj. You know, let's get right into this. We're getting round 3 of the rookie drafts, and we just gonna hop right into this because y'all already know the format. It's Dynasty, 12 teams, PPR, 1 quarterback league. Let's hop right into it. What you got for us at the let this nigga cut his hair at the okay. All right. At the 301. What you got for me, bro?
Might have, bro. So yeah, leaving off where we picked last time, I'm just gonna pick Marshawn Lloyd. Running back for the Packers. He's currently the 3rd back on their team, but AJ Dillon days are numbered. Josh Jacobs, you never know with him. Pretty hit or miss. He's either going to be the best running back in the league or he's going to be injured. So Marshawn Lloyd definitely has value. It's just you have to get on the field. That's all.
Literally. Yeah, I agree. That's literally It was. He had to be at the top of the 3. For the 302. Oh man, I think right now I'm about to shoot a little bit. I'm gonna go with Ben Sinnott. 2nd tight end off the board, I think at this point. It's not too much. It's pretty easy to explain. The Commanders have always had a thing for the tight end spot. They've always kind of had an injury-prone tight end for like the last 10 years, but that's neither here nor there. They have Zach Ertz, another semi-injury-prone and washed tight end. So Ben Sinnott has a pretty clear path to starting, and tight ends are kind of hard to come by. And if you've already kind of secured your receivers earlier, or your team that has a little bit more security, this is a good time to snag the tight end because you're not going to see another. You're not guaranteed another tight end that has a good path to production.
Okay, I like that. You like Ben Sinnott a lot. I do too. I like Ben Sinnott a lot. I don't know if I like him as much as you though, because
I like that guy.
You've been drafting him very high, and like every time I want to draft him, you already drafted him. So, but no,
I haven't had 2nd and 1st round picks in a while, so it's like
he's a good.
Gonna do it.
So 303, coming in. I'm gonna get a wide receiver. Burton from the Bengals. Originally from Alabama. I like him a lot. He's mad talented. But he's just gonna face the same problems he had at Alabama, which is competition at the receiver position. It's 2 Pro Bowlers in front of him, or an All-Pro receiver in Chase. And, he has a great quarterback. But if T. Higgins doesn't leave, he's just gonna be the 3rd man there. And we've seen with like Boyd, who's now with the Titans, that you'll get catches in real life, but they won't translate to like real fantasy. I can't start you pretty much. So somebody has to get injured. But he's talented, and it could be a good landing spot if Higgins leaves.
Yeah, if Higgins moves, it's an okay landing spot. I've kind of put a little something on my trust in Burrow's ability to spread the ball because I don't like Higgins as is. So, but for a rookie, it's a good landing spot because it can only go up from wherever he starts, and that's a good place to be. High volume offense. If Higgins leaves. For the 304, I'm gonna go back and say I want. Where did we go? Roman Wilson, Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver. I feel like it's in the third round. There's a lot of value here. I like Russell Wilson because essentially the Pittsburgh Steelers are kind of, I'm not going to say rebuild because they're not really rebuilding. They have Russell Wilson there. That's not what I would call a rebuild. But they do have, there's enough room for anybody else to be the number 2 after Pickens. Well, technically the number 3, but I feel like anyone can really take that number 2 spot. And even with Pickens there, they can even take the number 1 spot. So I feel like Russell Wilson has a good path to volume with Russell Wilson there. Well, when he's with Justin Fields there. So I like him at this point. The 304, it's a good gamble spot to take what could be a very productive receiver. And Pittsburgh's always good at drafting receivers, so I trust them.
Okay. Another good pick. I'm not too fond of Norman Wilson, but the Steelers haven't been wrong at receiver. So literally,
that's all it is.
Literally, he'd have to be the 1 out of 10 receivers to be a bust. But yeah, we'll definitely see. He should be the number 2. Nobody there should be able to take the competition. But we'll see.
We'll see.
So for 305, this is pretty hard. I guess I'm gonna just keep the run at receiver going. Javon Baker. I personally like Javon Baker. He's one of my favorites in the draft at the receiver position, period. Mad talented, mad underrated, great landing spot. He could literally be the number 2 receiver with the Patriots. The Patriots have this funny thing at their receiver position where anybody there could be the number 1 or anybody there could be the number 4. Like,
yeah,
that's their level. Their level of talent or like production isn't that far from each other, all of them. So it's going to be a training camp that, we'll see how that develops, and then from there, judge who you can draft from there. But I like Baker a lot, so I'm taking him here.
Okay. Oh man, that's pretty. I feel like right now in the third round, it's gonna be like a run of receivers. You can kind of jump between receiver and running back. If you want to take this is a stupid stretch, but if you wanted to take a kind of like stretch your hands a little bit, get Kimani Vidal, running back for the Chargers, primarily because the 2 backs that are there, we've seen them in Baltimore. One is injury prone, one is actually kind of ass. So I think he has a good path to success, even though I don't really love him that much as a back, but I do love the idea of being a back for the Chargers. So I feel like this is a good time to kind of, if you have that spot and you already got your receivers, because there's a lot of receivers here in this area that you can also pick up. And it's like I'm kind of struggling between the idea of picking a receiver here or picking a running back, but I feel like it's a good spot to, if you haven't picked the running back yet, go ahead and start grabbing the question marks, because there's a lot of question marks after the first round anyways.
Yeah. All right. So after Vidal, I'm going to pick one of my favorite running backs on the board, which is Bucky Irvin for the Bucks. His combine was one of the worst combines he could have possibly had. And because he fell to the 4th round in real life, but his on-field production, played in Oregon, was great. I mean, one of the best running backs in the country. Made Bo Nix's job easier. I really believe that now the Bucks have that backup that they want, so they can have a 1-2 punch with White, and he doesn't have to touch the ball, 30 times a game. But Bucky's really a guy that, if you get him in the 3rd or 4th, great handcuff, and at the very least, he's going to have like a Tajay Spears type rookie season. So
I like that. And Tajay Spears had a very fun rookie season, to say the least.
Yeah.
Okay, back to I want to go back to the wide receiver here. And this is probably where we get, the Great White Hope Part 2. Boogie already knows who that is. I'm going to get Luke McCaffrey here. And it's like, at this point, when I'm looking at the receivers left on that, the 3rd round receivers left, there is no one here that really screams at me like, oh, you have a path to success. And what I learned from the Commanders last year is anyone. Curtis Samuel was their best receiver last year, so it's like anyone can really have the opportunity. I know Sam Howell's not there anymore, but
Bro,
if a
if
dog runs in your family, your
Dotson
dog.
not careful,
Yeah,
Gaffney's gonna be the number 2 if Dotson not careful. But if he keep doing what he did last year,
yeah. That's exactly why I like Luke McCaffrey. I think his opportunity is there. It's like if he has the same workhorse as his genetics says he should, then I think him getting drafted at all was actually pretty impressive to me. Actually, but
yeah. I thought he was gonna get drafted like 4th, 5th round. Commanders got him at the back of the 3rd when Troy Franklin was on the board. Head scratcher to me, but hey, if he shows out, then hey, I was wrong, bro.
yeah, and because of that confidence they had in him, I think the Commanders moved really confident. So I have to now kind of believe where they are with it. So yeah, I'll take him there. Was that the 306?
This should be the 308.
308. Oh,
4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 308.
right. So you're at 309 now?
Yeah, I'm at the 309. I'm going to take another running back from now with the Buffalo Bills, Ray Davis. Ray Davis pretty much is the antecedent of James Cook. 5, 8.5, 213. Can get those tough yards. Really a traditional third down back, can get the early down work. Hopefully this means less goal line rushes for Josh Allen, but it probably won't. But Ray Davis is that type of guy where he can get those carries that James Cook can't, get those tough yards that James Cook can't. So because of that, I feel like he'll see the field. Not a lot because James Cook is there, but he'll see the field because there's situations of things that James Cook just can't do that he can do.
And I really like Ray Davis on paper because I feel like with the moving of Stephon Diggs, maybe they realize, like Gator keeps saying, they realize that they can win by running the ball a little bit more because the Bills have always had an issue with running the ball, and they've always had backs that I liked, but they never ran the ball. So that every back, including Singletary, Singletary was there, yeah, including Singletary that people say is some shit that I always used to be like, I like these persons, but they're just not in the offense for running. James Cook almost fell into that same category until the end of last season, and now I think if you add another back there like Ray Davis, hopefully they can decide that maybe Josh Allen shouldn't be running as much. You have a bigger back that can get those tough yards. So yeah, I like him. I think he has a very good path to production. And if any type of injury from James Cook, yeah, it's up. Yeah. But it's the Bills, so it might not be up at all. So
that's fine.
Oh, it's mine, right? The 310. Yeah. Oh man, this is. Ooh, I feel like I've been. Yeah, okay, but no, you've gone further now. Oh man. I don't want you. I'm probably gonna looking at the board and looking at what's left. Oh man. Oh god. By force, by fire, because it's getting a little. I think this is probably gonna be the last player I take closer to ADP, but it's probably Jalen McMillan.
I like that pick. I was going to take him. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's like I think right now with the Bucs situation, it can't be this. The team they have this year will not be the same team they have next year. It's just not. Even though they like, I get it. They pay Mike Evans, but
one of them is going to leave next year. I
yes. Like Chris Godwin's gonna. If they pay Mike Evans, like he's 37. Chris Godwin. I mean, I love Chris Godwin, but they both can't coexist. And when one of them leaves, they need a traditional receiver there, not just a. What's that? Scotty Miller? No, not that one. The other one. That's
Trey Palmer.
Trey Palmer. They need something more than a guy who runs really far, catch the ball when Baker Mayfield throws it. So I like. I'm about to say Jamal Wilson. I like Jalen McMillan. Here at the 310. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great pick, great value pick right there. I guess this probably is my last pick of the round. I would take Ja'Tavon Sanders, tight end for the the Panthers. He by default probably will be the starter opening day, and because of that, the value is there. He's a starting tight end. So, is he the best tight end in this draft? No. He's pretty athletic though. Pretty raw. Pause. Um, so it's gonna take some time to develop, but he's gonna have playing time. So he can develop playing. But I really like the fact that he got drafted to this team. The Panthers got a young offense, man. So they're gonna grow together. I like the team he landed with, and I think the board is following how it should. I think he's the third best tight end in the draft. So
yeah, that's what the board's saying. Let me see. Is there someone else here that I might have neglected? No, this is the last pick. This is the 312. Oh man. Okay, yeah, I get it. I'll take Tyrone Tracy, the Giants starting running back. Primarily, well, no, that's not true. But
Devin Singletary the starter, but I like it though because he will start soon.
It's like the Giants running scheme. Well, no, to be honest, I mean, not even lie to you. I hate the Giants. I hate everything they do. They do everything wrong. But when Daniel Jones leaves,
I was about to say when they leave, their offense is gonna be lit.
It's gonna be so lit. They have all the proper pieces, and I feel like he's gonna be able to inherit a proper backfield because they're not gonna make Singletary their lifelong back. So Tyrone Tracy is a good value here because he will see the field. It's just gonna happen. I don't think Singletary's ever been a 3-down back on his own accord. Even last year when he was doing his thing, it was a little strange to me. But I love Singletary, so I like Tyrone Tracy here. Just don't expect much from him at the start of the season, but probably mid-season towards next season, very good value at the end of the third for what could be a one of them.
All right, we finished the third. You want to knock out the fourth real quick? Just breeze through it, pick by pick.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Shit.
All right, my first pick for the 401, Esteem, running back for the Broncos. Jalil and Javante's backup, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe him.
But unfortunately, he's gonna back them up until somebody gets injured.
Yeah.
When you see him, you're gonna like him though.
Jalil. Let's see. Damn. Okay, Toby, speed up. Braylon Allen, Jets running back. Literally, I like the guy. I really like him actually as a running back. I hate the landing spot, but
yeah, him and Esteem, they got messed up with their landing spots.
Yeah, but I really like Braylon Allen, and we always says the talent rises to the top. It's not going to happen here because Brees is actually really fucking talented, but Brees' body might fail before So it's a good handcuff to have if you own Brees. It's also a good value to own at this point in the draft for future uses because you know how running back lives go. Yeah. So this is a dynasty. So we're not just thinking about today. We're thinking about the future by the time we hit the fourth.
That's very true. Yeah, that's deep. 4.3, I taking Tez Walker, wide receiver from North Carolina, now with the Ravens. Funny enough about this pick, Lamar didn't ask for Tez specifically, but he asked to get a tall receiver because he didn't have that, and a receiver that could stretch the field. Because I don't know if Aguilar's still there or not, but he said he didn't have that. So I guess Aguilar's not there, but he might be there still. I don't know. But yeah, he specifically asked the coaches and the GMs for this type of receiver. And he's 6'2", 200 pounds.
Zay Flowers was fucking that up last year. Zay Flowers was fucking that up last year.
Zay Flowers is good. He's great. He's just 5'9", 180. So, he's more of a, slot gadget guy. But, Tez is 6'2", that's crazy. 6'2", 200 pounds, runs a 4.3, traditional field stretcher. And the way Bateman plays, he's probably going to be the number 2 receiver. So,
I really like that pick.
It's a sleeper pick that in the 4th round, I'm telling you, just when you see him, just don't even think about it. Just take him because the worst that could happen is that he's Bateman. The best that could happen is that he's somebody else. Like he's like Hollywood or something. That's the best that can happen. So yeah,
that's pretty good.
Hollywood in the 4th round of a rookie draft is okay,
for sure. I'm gonna like I keep saying, I'm not ADP is out the window at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and take Isaac Guerrero.
I like it.
I'm waiting for yeah, I'm gonna explain this. CMC 38. It's like we waiting. We all every year from now on. I don't care how good he does. The year after, I'm gonna be like, this might be the year he crashes out. I'm gonna say every year, no matter how good he did the year before.
I mean, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about CMC and Hill and Adams and all the niggas that are like 30.
Y'all gotta crash out at some point.
The running back for the Ravens now, the big nigga, Derrick Henry. Yeah, him. Yeah.
Yep. It's like, so every year from now on, I'm gonna draft whoever's supposed to be your backup. I'm taking them because you have to crash out at some point. So I think that's a really good. Hopefully by mid-season he just started. Hopefully CMC crash out mid-season, and then he takes the starting job. And being a 49ers back is like being the Super Bowl champion already. You might not win the Super Bowl, but it's like being the Super Bowl champion.
No, I feel you. At 4.5, I'm taking Dylan Laube, the running back for the Raiders. Jameer White's there; he's the starter, but everything after that is, up in flux. They signed Madison, so theoretically that's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
But Madison and Jameer White, anything can happen. So Dylan Laube was a great running back in college, 3-down back. Madison has a 1-year contract. Jameer White's contract is coming up as well. So, never know if they don't resign him. We could, get that work.
Yep. It makes perfect sense. I'm gonna take Brendan Rice next, specifically because this is the 306, specifically because the Chargers are desperate. That's it. Full stop. They need a receiver. They need receivers. Everyone's there is in competition. It's wide open. Quentin Johnson has no real estate whatsoever. He's in competition just like the rest of them. So he could be. Brendan Rice can go there and be the wide receiver 1, can go there and be the wide receiver 2. It's like it's so much opportunity. So at the 4th round, you had the opportunity to get Keenan Allen by mistake. So think about that.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't think he's as talented as Keenan Allen, but I get the concept though.
Not at all.
At 4.7, I'm taking Theo Johnson, tight end for the Giants. Waller's impending retirement, maybe not.
Let's go.
Theo Johnson definitely steps up as at least the tight end 2 on the team, at least, and at best he's the starter. So another one where it's like opportunity, raw talent, ability, all comes to head. You just have to put it all together.
Yeah, that's it. Like, for the 408 actually, I think the 408, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna do a little thing I don't really like that much, but I'm going to take. Where's this boy go? Spencer Rattler, specifically because their car has asked me, and there's only but so much time teams can really wait for. If you were going to take Michael Penix in the 3rd, Spencer Rattler has a higher chance of starting before him. So I like Rattler. I like the team he adopts too, because he's also adopting a young team full of dogs. So I like him. I like him a lot. So yeah, that's it. Not too much to explain there.
He said, yeah, not too much. Okay. That was 4.8. 4.9. I'm gonna have to take Eric All, tight end for the Bengals. Iowa tight end. You know how the Iowa tight ends get down. They're always good. George Kittle, TJ Hawkinson, the list goes on and on. The Porter, all that. So Eric All, I mean, he's injured, not injury prone, but he's injured. But he should be ready by the time. By the time the season starts, he should be ready. And they have Gesicki on a 1-year deal. So if Gesicki leaves next year, which he should, Eric All should slide into the starting position, and he should be a good target for Joe Burrow. He won't get a lot of targets because Chase is there, but
yeah, if I say
those red zone touchdowns would be cool sometimes.
I've learned my lesson with the Bengals. They don't really love tight ends like that much at all. Like,
they don't.
Unless Burrow's injured, then the backup tight end gonna get all the work. But
here
nor there. Okay, at the 410. I want to go a little back up this list. Oh man, I don't want him. I really don't want him actually. So I'm going to I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take Will Shipley. I'm gonna take Malik Washington. I'll take Malik Washington because eventually Tyreek Hill has to crash out too. At some point that team needs to restructure. They either have, and Waddle might not be there when they restructure. Tyreek Hill should not be there when they restructure. And even if Waddle is there, there's still room to fight for the second and third option. I don't like Tua. I don't like the way he throws. I don't like the way he runs. I don't like the way he takes hits. But a wide receiver too has to exist out of somewhere. And I actually really like Malik Washington as a receiver. So I'm guessing Biggie's going to take Will Shipley.
Yes, I'm taking Will Shipley. That's my last pick of the 4th round. I wasn't going to let you slide to the 5th. Barkley's there, and he's going to be a starter for the next 3 years. But Will Shipley did good in college. He can be, a slot receiver, and he can be a backup, third down back. He won't get a lot of work, but, valuable backup in the committee backfield that will be the backups. It'll be a backup committee, not a backup committee. You know how the Eagles do it. So.
We know. For the what's this? The 412. I'm taking Rasheen. Rasheen Ali.
Ali, yeah, running back.
Because I don't gotta explain it. Derrick Henry is 38 years old, pushing 44. The Baltimore after they're starting back, everyone after that goes into committee. And you know how much I really like.
I like Keaton Mitchell.
I love Keaton Mitchell, and it's like, but Keaton Mitchell is also he's also he's injury prone. I'm not even gonna say semi. He's injury prone, and he's fast as hell. He's injury prone, and he's not that big of a running back. I like the 1-2 punch that comes after this year because Derrick Henry is not injury prone. He's also not that good, so I'm looking forward to next year being the kind of the combination of Rasheen and Keaton Mitchell. But I think Rasheen is good hold and own, especially if you got him this late in the draft. You can't be mad at him. He's trash. But but I think he's a good pickup at this point.
Yeah. That's it. That's the end of the 4th round. Pretty much the end of the draft. Obviously, there's players still left on the board, obviously, but you can pick them up after the draft just by ADP, Jacob Cowing, and people like that. So yeah, got anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. We might drop a sleepers video because there's some people here that this is a message from Gator also. There's some people here that you really just want that kind of their ADP and their value might not match. And if you're one of the people that drafts with, I don't care about ADP, I don't care about where they want, I want who I want. We'll give you our sleeper video for who we think is really going to, pop out and show something. But we might do it. We might just drop a list. We'll see how that goes. But thank y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Hit that notification bell. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Make us one of your sources. We're on Apple Music and Spotify. Tune in if you just want to listen to us. You don't want to hear it. Podcast is always up there. Them football guys, we always putting out new content. And like I keep saying, we got a lot coming for y'all this 2024 season. A lot more content, a lot more things outside of just, the regular podcast. And, we're going to win some money this year for sure. We're going to win big this year, So for now, them football guys, we out.
Banner up, bro.
Oh yeah. My fault. This part of the new shit too, guys.
Yeah. Now we out type shit.